Hello everyone, this is Pam Hippill. I'm going to do a video from start to finish. Exactly what I can remember from going to the Capitol on January 6th to the end. But right now I'm just going to do a commentary because I have an interview tomorrow. And somebody wrote about me. And well, maybe I'll just go ahead and tell you the brief story as we go along here the best I can. But I'd like to take a whole hour to share the whole story. From this story, this is what they say. On January 6th, was not Hemphill's first time storming a government building. Prosecutors said that in August 2020, Hemphill was part of a crowd that stormed the Idaho State House, shattering a glass door in the process, while protesting the COVID-19 restrictions. Now you can call the Idaho State Police because they know the truth. The two men that guard the governor. Because I asked them about that riot that day, why nobody was arrested. However, as a citizen journalist, I've been following Ann Bundy, and I went there that day because I heard they were going. I was just following, documenting everything they were doing. And they were allowing 26 people to come in. So I went in with permission as a journalist at that time. And I was watching to see what was going to happen. And then I had sat down and I came back and I saw the people's rights and Ammon Bundy there. And they started screaming and yelling, of course. It's what we do with our First Amendment. Because according to the Constitution, having that restriction for the COVID-19 was unconstitutional. So Ammon Bundy was doing the right thing and he was standing up for the constitutional rights. And I'm just on the other side, videotaping. I wasn't even involved in it. And guess what? It was the Idaho State police officer that shattered that glass. It's on a video. There's proof. I wasn't involved in that at all. Only videotaping. Because I have a code and everybody knows it. I don't push cups, I don't push gates, I don't break glasses, I don't get violent, and I don't encourage it. Then it goes on to read, 69-year-old woman was seen walking down the steps after having breached the building. I didn't breach the building. As a citizen journalist, I was up there looking, and I saw two officers at the door, and I thought if they're going to let us in legally, I want to be able to go in. Yeah, I did. Okay, but legally. And I couldn't get permission. I got close to him, but the people behind me shoved us all in. And on my video, it says, I don't want to go this far, and it says I got shoved in. So I sat down, and then the riot police came and was getting everybody out, but the doors were locked. They couldn't get out. And I was panicking because, yes, I did have surgery. I was under the medication at that time, pain medication, so my thinking wasn't all that great. I had just been stepped on, pushed on, and they pulled my shoulder and cut my knee and broke my glasses, and an officer had helped me. But I didn't want to go back in a crowd like that again because I didn't even want to go in the Capitol to start off with, not unless it was legal. So he helped me out. But then they go on to read that was talking about when they said I breached the Capitol. She was sentenced to 2 months behind bars. No, it was a prison, Dublin, California. It was a prison. Pamela Hemphill, who flown to Washington, D.C. from Idaho on January the 5th. I don't know if it was the 5th. I think it was the 6th. No, oh yeah, the 5th. To support Donald Trump's effort to overturn the results of 2020 presidential election. I wasn't supporting nothing but my president and my country. I didn't know about all this election fraud. I have no idea. So I don't take a stand on that right now. But anyway, that's just what they wrote. Then they said, had pushed through the police lines 3 times as the crowd outside the Capitol grew increasingly violent. They weren't violent. His name's William Dunphy. What had happened, I'm standing there and he's negotiating with another black Capitol police officer, and he's making everybody believe that they're going to open the gates and we're all going to be able to go in, okay? So I was getting excited. If they're going to open the gates and let us get on the steps and just talk, that would be great, right? So I was getting excited. And what happened, though, they started pushing too fast, and an officer saw me panicking. He got me behind him. So I got behind him, and I'm thinking, you know, because I'm on this medication, I'm really not all there. And so I went around telling people, come on in, it's your house. Because it's kind of funny now, but I thought they were just pushing too fast, and the officer was letting me in first. That's all it was. But they make you look like a terrible terrorist. Okay, so she, let's see, where was I at? She also encouraged her fellow rioters to push their way inside the building. Never did I do that. That's a lie. She was later seen inside the rotunda. Okay. Prosecutors said that when police offered to help her, Hemphill exaggerated her injuries in an effort to distract officers for more violent protests. What? They saw me injured. They came and helped me. I didn't distract nobody. Isn't that what officers do? Isn't that what officers do? I was 67 at the time. I was laying on the ground. Another patriot was trying to help me. And two officers came, and I got it on video. You could see they grabbed me right here. The officer did. I didn't ask them to help me, but they did. And thank you. God bless the Capitol State Police. 3 of them saved my life that day. And they said here that I exaggerated my injuries in an effort to distract the officers. Give me a break. Hemphill pleaded guilty in January to 1 count, demonstrating, picketing, and parading in the building. Now, I never had that charge brought up during court. It never even came up. It was only what I had said. Of course, that held 6 months in jail and a fine of $500 and up to 5 years probation. I was looking at 4 charges, 3.5 years or something like that. So that's why I did a plea. Because my lawyer also said, you'll never go to jail. With your background, remember, I have no criminal background, maybe a parking ticket. I'm an alcohol and drug counselor. I've been sober for 43 years. And I was struggling I had just had surgery for breast cancer. And I was getting ready to start my chemotherapy after, I think it was the 12th of January I was scheduled to start when I come back. So this is an opportunity to go see, my brother said, hey, you're out there in Boise videotaping all the Adam Bundy and everybody. Why don't you go see Trump? It'll be a great opportunity for you to get a great video. And I thought that was really why I went. And maybe you could stop and see the White House and maybe stay 3 or 4 days, who knows, and look around. But of course, all the restrictions and the COVID, I've forgotten about that. You couldn't go see anything. I wanted to see the Lincoln Memorial. Anyway, so then it says she had requested a sentence by probation. No, I didn't. I was told that I would only get maybe probation, or maybe at the worst would be a group home or home arrest or something. But actually my lawyer said, don't worry about anything. You're not going to get nothing. Maybe a little probation. Prosecutors suggested a sentence of 60 days in prison. Don't say jail. 3 years of probation and 60 hours of community service. That I never got community service. It was a $500 fine. At Hemphill's sentence hearing on Tuesday, prosecutors said that Hemphill presented herself as a frail woman who had been overwhelmed and injured by the crowd. Well, I am. I'm 67. You get 40 stitches on your chest. I was frail. And I was on medication that I got a doctor that'll show you what I was on. Okay? Because of the surgery. This is how they talk about us. She was overwhelmed and injured by the crowd, yeah. And not as the agitator she truly is what they said. Prosecutor Kathleen Nielsen played video during the hearing that appeared to show Hemphill interacting with police officers who tried helping her. Yeah, I got that video. I had to get out, is what I said. The crowd. Hemphill could be heard telling the officer, I had surgery. Yeah. I understand. I don't want you to be hurt, the officer said. I'm a journalist. I said citizen journalist. They took my breath out. See what happened when they stepped on me on the steps? See, when they pushed me over the gate, see, when I came back, see, the first time I'm taken over by an officer where I'm confused and I'm thinking they're letting us in. I'm telling people to come in. But they had me go back into the crowd, and I was like, oh my God, I can't get back in there. This is insane. But they forced me back in there. And then within a minute, William Dunphy does the same thing, and the officer did it again. He was my little angel. He pulled me out. He said, go to the captain. I went to the captain. He said, go to the steps. I was just taking orders by a police officer. That's all. I'm sorry for this situation, the officer replied before telling Hemphill to take refuge near a gate. I don't remember that at all. I have to look at the video. Hemphill, however, did not take refuge. Another lie. Appeared she was encouraging the crowd to press forward into the Capitol instead. That's a lie. That's an absolute lie. I am against any kind of protest that is not peaceful. Our military men and women died for this country, and I honor them by having a peaceful protest, never a violent one, never pushing cops or breaking any laws. So that's a lie. I said, just come in. You can hear her yelling at the crowd. It's your house. Whose house does it belong to? Well, that's when I thought they were letting us in, because I didn't know the people knew that. But anyway, this is the lies they say, It's terrible. At least you got the story on the Capitol here in Boise. I was just there as a citizen journalist, and I was legally there on the other side. Go ahead and contact the Idaho State Police and ask them. The Idaho Capitol State Police. They know me. Everybody in Boise knows me. I was not there illegal, and I was trying to calm everybody down. And I finally got the House Speaker. I talked to him. I said, you got to do something, because this is getting out of hand. I don't like seeing anybody get hurt. And he agreed with me. The Speaker of the House did. And he stopped it, and he allowed everybody to come in. So there's always two sides to every story, you guys. Don't listen to everything you hear. Don't believe everything. Now, I know it can look like I was, out there, and I probably was. I was like everybody else. You stole the election. I remember calling my brother and I said, they didn't really steal this election. He just started laughing at me, He says, there's three things they do. They lie, they cheat, and they want to be in control. They want to be in control. And that's just the way it is. So I'll try to do another video and start from the beginning to the end, except for I just wanted to use this story to clear up my side of the story so that you knew. And if you ever have any questions for me, you can follow me and then DM me on my Twitter page. It's Pam. It's at Pam Hemphill 79. God bless you, and hold on. Everything's going to be okay. They think they're in control and power right now, but you and I know that it's Jesus. It's God. God gave us the Constitution. We put it on our dollar bill that we believe that so much. It says, in God we trust. And I trusted God. And I know if it wasn't for God, there is no way. You know how I believe in God and why so much? Because I could not stop drinking on my own. And in 1979, August the 10th, God took that obsession away from me, so it's been 43 years. God did this, and he could do anything. Just keep your faith. Don't listen to them and how they talk about us and all the lies they make up. Just hold on to the truth. And just know, I'm not going to be surprised if this video was taken down. But I needed to get what I needed to say out, just in case. Maybe, I'm old now, so I want it on record. God bless you and God bless America.